Rick Dollar with NetRadioDogs.com, and we are at the birthplace of country music in Bristol, Tennessee, and we are live at the museum tonight for the album launch party for these guys. What's your name, young man? I forgot your name. Sorry, I slip sometimes. What's your name? Russell Moore and 3rd Tyme Out. We're talking about a great show here. It was just an incredible show. And,
Thank you.
We've seen a lot of them, but we were pleasantly surprised tonight.
Well, it was by the skin of our teeth, I think.
Hey, sometimes
that was the first
though.
time that we had done most of those songs in front of an audience, and the transition to go on stage with them, it brings on a little anxiety because you know you can't stop.
I can tell.
You kept
wiping your brow.
Yes, you get one shot at it.
That's it.
At this point, so it's kind of nerve-wracking, but I think it turned out really great, and the songs, people seem to really love the songs, and they love the new recording too.
Yeah, I mean, it's an incredible
We're excited about it.
piece of work that you guys are putting out, and looking forward to hearing more of it. And I want to thank everybody at the Birthplace of Country Music for having us come in and letting us talk to these guys tonight. Now you're Russell Moore, and I'm going to have you guys tell me your names back there so we can get you some full coverage here.
Okay.
What's your name?
Justin Haynes.
Justin Haynes.
Hey, I'm Wayne Benson.
Wayne Benson.
And I'm Keith McKinnon.
All right, we got the full crew here just about. So one thing I wanted to ask you guys, everybody knows that you guys are just tremendous musicians. I mean, I don't think that's a question. I mean, just look at the show that we saw, and a lot of people know about you guys all over the world. But I know you got to travel around in a bus, and you guys have probably known each other for a while. And is there anything that you maybe could tell us that nobody else would know? Like a good bus story?
A good bus story.
Yeah.
Well, there's not many probably that we can actually tell.
Oh, come on, work it out, man.
You don't flush when the wind is open going down the road 70 miles an hour.
Yes, don't. Do not do that.
You know,
No, yeah, I got you.
No, that hurts.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
Tell about the old human navigator here.
Yeah,
We got one of those?
Right here.
Oh, we did. So what do you park GPS?
Actually, you know, we take turns driving the bus.
Yeah.
Getting from point A to point B.
Right.
And we had left Rogersville, New Brunswick, Canada last weekend.
Oh, man.
And we were headed down to Portland, Maine, for the following day. And on Canada Highway 2, you turn off, I think it's at Woodstock, and you got about 5 miles to go over to the border at Holton, Maine.
I got you.
And that's where we were going to cross to go. That's I-95.
That was a plan.
So Justin, he was driving, and he was going to drive for a while that night. And he said, "So, what time do you want up, or do you want me to get you up?" I said, "Well, you know, when you get to the turnoff there to go to Holton, Maine."
Right.
I said, "Give me up." He said, "Well, how far is that?"
Oh, no.
I said, "It's about 5 miles from the border." He stayed on Highway 2 until he was 5 miles away from the border at Quebec.
Oh, no.
And then woke me up the next morning.
I did what he said.
And exactly. There's a little breakdown of communication there, you know.
Hey, I'm sure it's got to happen when you're on a bus.
Yeah, it happens from time to time.
Yeah. So what about Canada? Did you like that pretty well?
Canada's awesome, man.
It is.
Great bluegrass fans up there. And we have a lot of fans in Canada, you know, not just New Brunswick, but Ontario area and all through there. We've been going up into Canada for years.
That's great. One thing that we're seeing, and you guys probably are seeing it too, is there's a cycle of bluegrass fans. We went to a pretty popular show 2-3 weeks ago, and Tony and I both noticed that there was a lot of older people there, but then there was 17, 16, 15, 18-year-old kids coming in that were just diehard bluegrass fans. And we're just seeing a resurgence in the popularity of the music. And I mean, I know why, and you know why, but there's a lot of people that are just learning about this, and it's an awesome thing.
Yeah,
It is.
it really is. It reminds reminds me when I was not quite a teenager, when I was exposed to it.
Right.
And at that point, there were a lot of, I don't want to say elderly, but
Right.
they were up in years a little bit. And then I found the people that were my age that were really interested in music.
Exactly.
So there's that same thing you're talking about.
Yeah, it's a shock to me sometimes to you know, you would expect them to be in another genre of music or interested in something else. But man, when they started coming into that show, I was happy to see that.
Yeah. Well, you know, these guys do, they teach lessons during the week, you know, quite a bit and stuff like that. And I know that I've heard them mention about having young students
Exactly.
trying to learn how to play bluegrass music.
It's just a different thing, and we're glad to be, Tony's got a copy of the CD here, show everybody.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, it's About Tyme, T-Y-M, okay? E.
That's right.
Gotta have the E on
Gotta have the,
That's right. You need to go out and pick this up. Where can they get this?
they can get it, of course, at our live shows.
Flag it down on the highway.
Yeah, flag
As
us
long as it's
down.
not in Quebec, and
Yeah.
you're trying to find that out.
Oh, yeah, it is. But thirdtimeout.com, you can go to our website, you can purchase it off of there. I think it's available for download on iTunes.
Right.
And should be available at Amazon.com as well.
Correct.
Soon, if not now. But that's our website, or at our live shows is the main.
I suggest the live shows. If you hear about these guys coming around locally, you better hit the door, because if they're going to sell out fast. They sold out really quick here. A huge audience, and we were just honored to be here, and great to meet you guys. And yeah, and if you're in Bristol again, give us a holler.
Absolutely, we'll be back. Well, I know we'll be back next year for the Rhythm and Roots.
2016 Rhythm and Roots. These guys are going to be here, so you got to look forward to that.
Yeah.
And so you guys don't have any good road stories you can tell. Try to shoehorn one of them. I can't get one. I guess it's something that you don't want to tell or you can't tell.
Oh, we pick on each other all the time, you know, as far as that goes.
Russell gets picked on more than anybody. He's our boss. I don't know
Because they let you
how that
sleep too
happens.
long is what the deal is.
Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
We love to mess with each other with the bus horn.
Oh,
Yeah, we kind of hide so you can't tell there's anybody up there by the steering wheel when they walk by. Then you reach up and you give them a big dose of it.
I got you.
Yeah, that makes you jump about that far off.
I can imagine.
Yes.
Well, these guys are great. Check them out. Do everything you can to see these guys live, because you'll be missing something if you don't. So, Rick Dollar and Tony Dean for NetRadioDogs.com, and we're live with Third Time Out, Mr. Russell Moore.